you guys can hear me. Anyway, I'm just keep going. This is the current team roster as it stands today. We're gonna spend the first 5-10 minutes just talking about our how we run our meetings and why we grow so fast, and then we move into the other portion of the meeting with the tech stack. So this is an example team meeting. I hacked together a couple of our recent meetings to show you what we do. Our meetings are a really big part of our growth. We invite strangers and other people that have any interest in our team. A lot of times they remain anonymous into our meetings to get an idea of the culture and vibe. We start off by dropping wins weekly, so it hypes the meeting up. Sometimes we have music. We're very connected. Our team is very well connected on social media. If you guys just look me up, Kenny for Fast, you can kind of see what I've been tagged in and see what the content our team makes. We invite guests every week and we shout them out. So by having this in here, a lot of guests are coming up and then we're able to recognize them. Someone asked about the state meetings. The state meeting, they gave me the opportunity to speak today. I believe they're swapping out 2 state meetings every month for California for a guest speaker. We have a quick teaching moment every week. It just gives an opportunity for our leadership team to teach something. Typically, it's contractual. Right now, it could be something like lease back or appraisal issues, something that's contractual to up the team's knowledge. We recognize our new team members each week. Again, recognition is key to retention and recruiting. So if you guys are growing a team, you kind of notice, like, even maybe not within your team, but your local MLSs or HomeSnap or your brokerage, they're creating your social media posts every year to kind of recognize you, which you're proud of, you repost it. So we do that on a weekly basis at a very high level. So to give you an example, Junghee Shores has been with us about 1 year now. She was actually our Q2 top producer, closing about $10 million in business. So we give a chance for our agents to speak at every meeting. Some more examples of our people we've highlighted and their growth. Every month we do a top producer dinner to recognize our monthly, and then they can add a +1 to their to the event if they want. And then we go right into productivity and new escrows. We use a couple of different tools for this. One is we use Sisu for tracking. Sisu is a really great tool to increase accountability for your team. Our agents typically will put in the number of showings they did for the week, the number of calls they made, the number of hours working in their business. So we make sure our agents kind of understand they need to allocate time to build their business, not just on showings and appointments, but building a business could be like attending webinars like this, masterminding with other agents, watching videos, working on the marketing, working on social media. So when we have them track all this stuff, they get highlighted on a weekly basis of who's done what. So to give you an example of last week, one of our newest agents in the very, we see a lot of potential in her being a top producer. She worked 40 hours on her business last week. And then here's a list of agents that have worked in their business. Typically, these are appointments and showings and such. So Sisu, I believe, is about like $100 a month, and every user is $10. It's a really great way to create accountability. On Sisu, we're also using it to track sales and manage transactions. We moved into a new format recently where we have one or two agents from each price point speak about their escrow, and it's really cool to hear more, like if they encounter some challenges during the week. That way everyone can listen to it and have a story. So depending on who it is, we ask them to speak, and every week we highlight an agent who's done their first deal with us to speak about their deal. Again, recognition is key to recruiting and retention for your teams, because there's no way you can do 1,000 deals a year by yourself. As it stands this week, this is our current company deal flow. So we're pacing to do about 700 million this year. So we use Zoom on a pretty high level, and different people on the leadership team have different roles. One of our key people on our team is our director of sales and coaching. He hosts his coaching classes every Monday, Wednesday, Friday morning, 8:30, 9:30. Our team weekly meetings, 10:30, 11. Our daily huddles. So because we're a virtual-based company, we have physical offices, but because it's a virtual company, most of our meetings are done online. I have an in-house broker slash high-level assistant that handles all the escrows, the deal doctor, and such. So during this panel, I'll go over a couple of times what the roles are and how it applies directly to the agents. So Karina's kind of like the heart of our team. She has an open Zoom room from 12 to 1 each day that agents can come into and ask the most random question. And I feel that like the random questions is when agents really learn very high level stuff that you wouldn't normally learn. You can't normally learn through like YouTube or online training and such. We have a couple office locations right now. We use a lot of co-working space as we're getting, and then now we're working on getting a couple of retail locations. Signing off on a 9,000 square feet office in the city of Oakland this week. We have a 2,000 square feet office opening up in both the city of Hercules and Hayward in the next 2 months. The system we use for agents to access our office spaces is NextKey. NextKey is pretty cool. It's only like I think like $800 to set up. It's $30 a month. Our agents, using their phone numbers, we can grant them entry with Bluetooth access. So when they stand in front of our doors to any of our offices, they just press a button and then they can open the door. I right now can't open any of the doors at our retail locations from the comfort of my own phone right now. So like deliveries and stuff, if they're outside, we just press a button, they'll come in. We've had contractors work, painting or doing the floors and such, or cleaners come in. They just call our leadership team and we can give them one-time access to it. So NextKey is really great for granting and revoking access to office locations.
Is that different from Regis?
No, so Regis is separate. Regis, you have a QR code, you walk to the front desk, they typically let you in. So we on our team, we have a couple of various co-working spaces, but we also have retail locations like brick and mortar that we lease out 100% for us.
What's it called again?
These are NextKey, NEXKEY. Here, I'll type in a link to the slides right now too, because there's a lot of slides. It's kind of lagging. Maybe we'll do it in a bit. This is just kind of like, and we talk a lot on Zoom, and then after these Zoom meetings and training and whatever we have, everything's recorded and we load in Slack. So I'll go over Slack shortly. So this is the leadership team that we have and the roles on the team. I'm not going to read them all, but Elias handles our kind of sales productivity. Molly handles onboarding and new agents. John, my director of operation, does a little bit of everything. And one thing if you guys are on Zoom, I think everyone's on Zoom. If you want to, on your settings, create a personal meeting ID. And then for me, my personal meeting ID is 10 numbers. And it just so happens to be my phone number. So you guys should make a personal meeting ID where your is the exact same meeting room every single time. And then you can go on Bitly or buy a URL. Bitly is completely free. A URL could be like $10 a year. So you can see on the screen, I have my own URL. So all my meetings, all of my training and all that, it's always in zoomwithkenny.com. But for my leadership team, they're using Bitly right now, and then they have custom URLs at no cost that goes to their meeting ID. So everyone within our team understands where to go to reach any person for any of the trainings. That way, you're not sending a new link for or trying to send an invite every single time. I don't have it on the screen, but you guys should check out a Google Chrome extension. Zoom has a really great Google Chrome extension for your calendar, where when you actually, maybe I can show you right now. Let me see, I can do a screen share. So I'll give you an example. I'm gonna do a screen share real quick. So this is my calendar. And if I create a new event right now, let's say this block right here, meeting with Chris or something, I can press this button. It says make it a Zoom meeting. And then the meeting automatically gets created within your Zoom. So it stays, it becomes part of your calendar, and then also have the same meeting ID. So this makes it really easy to book people for meetings. If it's using the same ID every time, it's you're never gonna have people miscommunicate, and you can just add someone to your as a guest. So Zoom Google Calendar extension is really, really great to use. Here's our weekly calendar. We have a master calendar that we share with the entire team. So all the stuff that I mentioned in the previous slide are all on here, like 8:30 coaching calls with Elias, our team meetings, our open Zoom room, so agents don't feel lost. Once they join the company, we immediately add them to our master calendar. And then this is what we use too, in case people forget, or this gets sent to a lot of agents who are not currently with our team. We give them a kind of like a cheat sheet, and we invite them to all of our events, including the meetings and the group coaching and all that. So our group coaching is pretty popular in our area. Currently, we've been having record attendance. We have about 50, probably like 54 people on the call yesterday attending group coaching. People are pretty vulnerable on it, and we dive really deep. More recently, we shifted it to where on Monday we talk about the market. Monday is motivation and accountability for the week. Wednesday, we talk about market conditions, role play, script, questions that our clients are asking us. And then Friday is an open discussion. Elias, my director of sales and coaching, handles all the coaching calls. I make an effort to come in whenever I can. all of our meetings, all of our coaching are hosted on Zoom, hosted on YouTube. So this is a screenshot from my YouTube channel, Fast Real Estate. I only host the Team Fast meetings in there and our Zillow Flex meetings. Elias, our director of sales and coaching, he hosts all the coaching on his channel, and I try to put links inside my channel to redirect traffic to his channel. So you can imagine when people are kind of stumbling upon this and you're a newer agent in the market, you might get to learn about us a little more and understand all the value we bring, and eventually maybe make your way to our team meetings and eventually join the team. In July, I believe we onboarded about 20 agents. Last month we brought 18, so we've been growing pretty crazy in this market. We try to make ourselves a destination for newer agents. And then I know for some of you guys might not want to work as many new agents. So I'll show you later what we're doing to attract and to support the growth of much more experienced agents. Here's a screenshot of Elias's. The challenge with this early on is like we don't know. I really have no idea what he's going to be talking about on group coaching calls. He's usually reading a book or listening to audio or something came out during the week that I might have spoke about or someone else spoke about, and it becomes the coaching session. But now we're trying to, with the Monday motivation and Wednesday market talk, people kind of know what they expect, and then they can decide they want to drop in or not that day. This is something new we're working on. I'll show you a lot of stuff that we're working on right now that's not fully built out yet. But we're trying to make a cheat sheet of ABCs for a company. So this is just a glimpse of like the tech we use. We're gonna put all this kind of like a training library, and I'll show you in a couple of slides for now. So when people, the one problem we have with our team, we just have so much stuff going on. It's really overwhelming for agents. So we're trying to find ways to fine tune the onboarding, give them a step-by-step process, and to know what to do and learn as they kind of progress in our company. Currently, and for the last literally like 3 years, we simply just use a Google Sheet to bring people onto the company and then tell them what to do. But that thing doesn't really work anymore. It's outdated, and every single agent has access to it. So it's going to become a mess. We're looking into systems that are going to kind of fine line that by having when you join day 1, day 5, day 10, day 15, or whatever, it's going to start sending you tasks you should knock out and won't let you go to the next task, or at least it'll remind you to do certain things before you complete the next thing. So the system we're building out right now, we just started last week, it's called Monday.com. Currently, we're using Asana and a spreadsheet, and again, it doesn't work very well anymore, just based on the size of our team.
What is the commission split?
Monday is gonna get like a really fancy spreadsheet program that you can do a lot of different things in there. It's gonna we're gonna put it to run our entire operations. Everything that we have on a company, we ran on it. I'll just give you some examples. We track the deals that our team members have done on a spreadsheet. But now it was great when we have a couple agents, but now we have 155 different spreadsheets. So every time we want to look up someone, that's a different file. We do call tracking. Our Zillow Flex calls are all recorded from Zillow directly when they take that oncoming call. And then now we have on a spreadsheet. We have our current team deals on spreadsheet. We have our leadership payments on spreadsheet. We have it's just way too many spreadsheets. So we're trying to make a master big tool to run every single thing in the company. We also have many virtual assistants that we work with. So this is just a glimpse of what it is. We literally just paid someone. We paid this company called Purple Plum Tech to build it out for us. I believe they charge like 150 bucks, 175 bucks an hour, but we're gonna move our entire operations onto there. And then once we have this, things can tie together between spreadsheets. We can have our virtual assistants update one thing where I might kick into the other. Our agents deals, you can probably track it on here, and then it'll all populate the other fields and forms. So rather than literally right now having over 200 something spreadsheets, we're gonna have one big thing where we can click on different things, and everyone has access to it from the leadership team, and we can restrict certain files to only our virtual assistant team, and then there's guest pass available for our agents. So the guest pass could be a non-paid accounts where our team members come in and kind of track the things like commissions and previous sales and such. So we're just building this out. I give credit to Sandeep Agarwal. He's the #1 agent in California right now. I think they did I don't know, maybe 700-800 deals last year, but he's using it and he's giving me a glimpse of it. So he connected me with the company that helped build his out, helped build ours out. There you go, 621 deals. So this is I think this is Monday.com. Yeah, so Monday shows like this. This is way better than me just literally looking at my Google Sheet right now. That's the only time I know what we're producing. Okay, online leads. I guess this is tech. Our agents, any agents can sign up for these websites. So our team currently is doing maybe 20% of our deals. The entire company is online leads. Online leads are a really great way to get started, but definitely something you should not 100% rely on. With that said, like if you're a newer agent or you have some more free time and you're not quite as busy as you want to, these are a really great resource to get started. Effective Agents and Fast Expert, you can probably sign up for today. Landed is really cool because they work with first responders. They do want you to give a small rebate back by default to the consumer, but the leads are very, very high quality. They're super vetted, and those buyers are typically very, very much more. They tend to have much more higher pre-approvals and more well qualified in my market. Ojo and Opcity. Ojo was bought out by Movoto, I believe, or Realty or Movoto or something like that. But you can get leads from them. Opcity, we're at EXP Realty. EXP has a contract with Opcity, so agents joining our team can get started right away on those leads. We have an agent on team. He said he's a top 10 in the company. With Opcity, he's mostly doing over $1.2 million leads from Opcity. He's gotten a lot in contract this year. So the cool part about some of these websites is they don't track you as hard. So if you slack and you're not, I don't know, like it's good for new agents to work because then no one's grilling you. But with that said, Redfin, you must do at least, I believe, in many markets, at least 5-6 deals a year to even get on the platform. But the leads are much more high quality. We were the East Bay's first Zillow Flex partner. Someone in South Bay, an hour south of me, was on it, but we're right now the largest team in the South Bay. I'm sorry, East Bay. And on Zillow Flex, they're sending us about 400 connections a month, live transfer phone calls, and we're converting about 4%. So this is the process for our new team members joining. A lot of times people need support and need leads. It's hard when you're a new agent to find business, right? You're posting on social media, you can open house, but that's a slower process, but probably more worth it because you're not paying out a lot of things. But our new agents that want to get busy very, very quickly, they when they sign on, they sign up for Opcity and Ojo Labs. They can start getting leads within the week. In order to touch our lead pond, we have a lead pond of over 20-something thousand leads, which were leads that were hot at one point, or just things that we haven't touched in a while. They're in our lead pond. But the agents can only get access to a lead pond if they can do a successful Zoom buyer consultation with my sales manager, going through all the buying process. So what we don't want is a bunch of random agents in our lead pond that have no clue about the process, calling them. And then after that, they can start calling all leads, and then they can start auditioning for a Zillow Flex team. If you guys look up Zillow Flex auditions and my name on YouTube, you can see a lot of videos. We require our agents to master the ALM script, the appointments, location, motivation script that Zillow wants us to use, so they can get appointments from those leads. And then they come every Thursday at 9:30. We have an hour edition where people just in a large group setting, typically about 30-something people are on. They have the edition and get the appointment right, and we'll critique them. Earlier we started, it's kind of like America's Got Talent, one of those shows. Elias will give them feedback on their script, and then John will give them feedback, and I give them feedback. But more recently, I stopped. I don't really attend the auditions that much anymore because it's I've been, I don't know, probably like 30 of them. And then at the auditions, if they're successful and they come back and they're gritty, and we see them every single Thursday, they sound really good. They know what they're doing. They can eventually get added to our Zillow Flex team. And then on the Zillow Flex team, currently we have about 56 agents on the Zillow Flex team. But the teams, we separated the team's members into 7 different groups. Those groups we call squads. I'll go into squads later. But within this company, technically, I'm at EXP. I'm running Team Fast EXP, but because we're EXP, we're a team. But if I wasn't at EXP, we would be a company. And then think of squads as teams within our company. But technically, they're squads within our team within a company. For zip code for Zillow Flex and Opcity and Ojo, like we sometimes we have to submit the zip codes. So our agents currently, this isn't updated, but another spreadsheet issue. Our team members will give us 20 zip codes that they want to work in, and we'll submit that. And we'll typically get most of the zip codes that we really want if there's a good amount of agents in that market from Zillow within a 2-month turnaround. So like in the East Bay, some of you guys might not understand city, but for East Bay, we started in Oakland and Berkeley. Then a couple months ago, we started getting Zillow Flex leads in San Francisco, and then we started getting stuff in San Mateo and Vallejo and Stockton and Lathrop. These cities are like hour and a half to 2 hours far away from each other, but because we have agents in those marketplaces, we are able to get it there. And then the challenge too is getting agents before we have those marketplaces. So that's where Ojo and Opcity fills in the gap. Like, okay, if you join our team, we can get you started in these cities, and then later on, as you're progressing your business and you do better, and we will get higher quality, higher conversion rate Zillow Flex leads from Zillow. And we have massive accountability in Zillow. I'll go into that a little bit later with squads. Slack is like the Wikipedia and brain of our entire company. There's literally over 100,000 messages on Slack, and these are different things that we go on it. I'll do a screen share in a bit. I'm not sure where in the Slack, but Slack is just crazy. And then we put all new agents on there, agents that we're talking to, friends of ours, people we have, like just anyone who wants to be on Slack, we typically invite to it. It's kind of our private network. Here's a list of the Slack channels that we have. Aspiring agents, we have an entire channel. I'll have slides later too for aspiring agents. So we're incubating a lot of brand new agents right now. We have a channel where they can ask questions, talk about, where should I get tests, cool stuff like that, recommendations. And then I went on Facebook. If you guys haven't done it already and you're working with new agents, or you are a new agent, Facebook is a really great resource for new agents. You can go into like the prep agent or exam study groups and stuff like that. And in those groups, the files, there's literally hundreds of files. I've downloaded close to 100 files, which I've now uploaded to my channel. We have chats for individual offices in case they're holding local events. Buyers needs channel. General channel is where most conversations are held at about anything. Listings is where they promote their new listings. Marketing tools, marketing assets is new Canva stuff we put out that we want the team to use, or we come across someone giving really great tips about marketing. We have a couple of different off-market channels depending on market. We have a general one. We have East Bay one, San Francisco one, San Mateo one, and we import like I'm a top agent network. In our market, the top 10% of agents have access to a website called Top Agent Network. And in that, we post off-market coming soon. So I have email forwarding when those listings come into our channel, into my inbox, it automatically forward to our channel. And then another big plus, if you guys are Compass obviously the brokerage has a lot coming soon. Well, I have automatically feed of all the Compass coming soon into these channels. So like one thing we use is like I try to make it as easy as possible for agents to get access to everything without being everywhere. And I'll show you in screen share, walk you through some of these channels. Referral services. Actually, let me start opening up some of these channels for you guys to see. Referral services is a huge one too. So if you need a plumber, a handyman, landscaper, accountant, or whatnot, and you're trying to find one, so I'm gonna walk you through some of these channels. So here's one we use. Does anyone have a good recommendation for agent in Fresno? I need a deep cleaner for Stockton. I need a commercial agent for Rancho Cordova. I need HVAC. Does anyone have a mobile home lender? Does anyone have a pest inspector for Tracy? Property manager, soil inspector. These are like, I have to answer some of these, and many of these I don't because they're not in my main market that I work in. But the power of this Slack network is someone can ask, and rather than them exploring 20 different Facebook groups to ask for something, it's all in one place. This is how we build a really powerful intranet. Buyer needs, it's exactly what it sounds like. Someone needs something in this area. Does anyone have something? Karina is our in-house broker slash executive assistant. We call her the Oracle, kind of like in the Matrix. So she has her own channel and she puts really high level broker level stuff in here. Like some EXP needed a key safe lockbox addendum. I don't know what that is, but this is why we have this channel. Baso, this is something related to the city of Berkeley. Give you an example. Chat room is just random stuff. Coaching and training. So all of our the coaching videos we had, or when we have vendor partners, like I guess the vendor came on and taught something, we posted into this main channel. Industrious office is specific to our Walnut Creek location. Market update. This is probably one of the best channels we have. I get feeds from, I have like SF Business Time, Realtor.com, CNBC, Redfin, Zillow, Market Watch. Anytime there's a market update about anything about the market that I think is valuable, we'll put in here. So we teach our agents to read this on a daily basis and read headlines. That way, when you're talking to new clients, you know, you don't sound scripted every single week. Your content is new because you're learning something that week. New developments channel. If you're in an area that's building a lot of new homes, apartments, buildings, whatever, this is an entire channel based on new construction, new development. Open house. Open house is big for us because we always need help with open houses. The experienced agents, I'm sure you guys are feeling the same way. Your experienced agents simply don't want to do open houses or are too busy. So we post in here and we ask for help. So we've made, at least I've tried to make our team the destination. So we help with a lot of other agents open houses, whether they're EXP or other companies. And then we try to ask people what the feedback is every week, so we have information. Sorry, someone's on mute.
Of the world.
Mute.
Heats up my little Mac.
Showing Quest. This is a really powerful channel. Agents. If someone's not on mute.
Sandy Perez.
Alright, move back to Slack. Yeah, because someone just dropped a message, sir. Showing Quest channel is really cool because, and again, this is not, so I have 465 people in here. I really have maybe like 250 active users. But this is a great channel. We don't have a showing agent model. We have showing agents. So many people are volunteering or asking for help with their showings on a daily basis. They're typically paying about $50 a door. You can imagine if you're a busy agent, you can buy your entire weekend back for like $100 because you're not driving an hour far away to show a buyer. So this is honestly really, really powerful, and a big reason we teach our team leverage. Like, how do you get a quarter of all the deals in our company now are between agents partnering out. We highly encourage agents working together or working with our virtual assistants, having people help them with showings and such. So you can see this is a pretty lively channel. Training events is another big channel for us too. Any training whatsoever, doesn't matter the brand, the location, the Zoom, whatnot, we put in here. So this is a 5-day flipping class. NAR is posting something. I was on a mastermind with a couple agents at EXP, like the Wilson Group and Glush, and they had their recruiting thing and core value. And as soon as I saw that, popped in there. So I don't really think too much about this channel. Anything I can find on Facebook and Zillow or Instagram or whatever will pop in here. So there's any agent within our company, there's always something to do or learn. And if they're not becoming more successful each day, there's a really big problem because this is just a huge resource. There's a 5-day class right now, commercial real estate. Joe Oz taught a class on converting online leads. This is from KW. how to get 108 listings in 90 days with 3 speakers. We dropped it in here. So just to give example, anything and everything we can come across online that can be of value or training, we pop in this channel. So that's Slack. Kind of show you the showing quest channel already, referral services, market updates. And this is a quick glimpse of where like we get the market stuff from. And here's the slides.
Hi,
No,
my
I just
name is
shared on our Slack channel.
Mateo.
And then
I am
here's one I don't have a slide
interested in
for.
this
If you guys use a
condominium
website
that
called mention.com, I'll type in here, mention.com, or Google Alerts. You should type in the name of your city that you work in. So like, you have to give example, I live and work in Oakland. Anytime the word Oakland real estate pops up anywhere on the internet, I'll get an alert, or I'll get that sent to my inbox. Anytime the word fast real estate pops up, or my hashtag anywhere, any website, I'll get it. So you want to start like curating content to yourself on a daily basis, so you can remain like at least the local market knowledge leader. So these are things I read on a daily basis, or they just show up in my inbox. If I see something interesting, I'll post it in our Slack. Training videos channel has these things in it. Training events, which I just shown you, has everything: Zoom training, masterminds, other team training, other companies training, like national conferences. Like, give example, I'm going to Y Local Success Summit, the Tom Ferry event, Zillow Unlocked, EXP Con, the Dallas event with Tony Robbins. All of those I put into my chat room so people are aware of it. Oh, aspiring agents. I forgot to show you the channel. I'll show you. So aspiring agents. So early entry, half the channels. Here's one that I just don't use as often. Aspiring agents. This is a channel we have for brand new agents that are unlicensed. So I've downloaded, when I go on these Facebook groups here in California, just to give example, your state probably has their own stuff, whether you're in Texas or Florida or wherever. I've downloaded all the files from these study groups into our Slack channel. So when new agents come into your company, you see this room only has 53 people. So maybe newer agents or people working on getting a license, we've dropped in this channel, and then they have all these study guides to work on. So you kind of see, like, we're actually training and recruiting new agents even before they're licensed. So by the time they get licensed, they're not walking, they're not crawling, they're already running. So as soon as they get licensed, they're ready to start selling real estate that day, because they're part of our process. They've been in training, they've been on team meetings and all that other stuff. Team chat. I'm mostly out of production. I probably go on 10 listing appointments a month, and you know, after I win the deal, I have listing concierge and my partners work on it. So I only now maybe account for less than 10% of the business in my company moving forward. This previous to this, probably like a quarter. But I mean, I have conversations with every single person, which is kind of crazy. So Karina and Molly are on every single my escrow. Karina is my executive assistant. Molly, she just plays a big part in all the deals. More recently, we hired Sydney. Sydney is my listing concierge. So she handles all the listing prep and anything to do with seller stuff. So you can see, just to give an example in the team chat, every person I work with, like Eric Kang or Jennifer Oak or Renan Liu or Stephen Han, I am in contract with them, but every conversation I have involves Karina and Molly. So you see, like, I'm in my business, I know what's going on in business, but I don't have to handle most of the stuff. And on the right side, it's just chat messages with various team members. And I very rarely talk to people independently. I make sure Karina is in it because she understands what's going on. And many times she can answer those questions. So you run a large company, Slack is amazing. Otherwise, you're dealing with, I know, smaller teams, and we did it too. We were running off of Instagram chats. I know people on WhatsApp. It becomes a hot mess very quickly. And I think in Instagram, it maxed out 36 people, so we really couldn't invite people on anymore. And when you're on these like WhatsApp and Instagram, it's really hard to have a conversation in depth about different things. The beauty of Slack is you can dive deeper. It's like Facebook. When you create a post or a thread, you can have, I'll put it up on Slack. You can go in depth on something. So you're not having 10 scrambled conversations. You can have a conversation. I'm just find an example right now. RPA, Rose asked, on the RPA, do I need to check anything off a box for 1031? 5 people replied. You see there's an entire text thread about that topic. Here, see? And you drop pictures and stuff. So so in this case, not only did Karina that handles this kind of stuff need to answer, 5 other people jumped in and gave her a good answer. Someone needed a closing gift basket and drop a cover recommendation. So you see, like, we're having individual, very, very in-depth conversation about the most like randomest thing. Kind of like being in an office, like you overhear things, you can talk to the next person about it, but we have it all here and saved. So this library has over 100,000 messages dating back to January. So one thing too, when agents onboard a team and they have nothing to do, we tell them, go on Slack and just read and read and read. And that's why our agents, although they're new, they're very smart and they're very experienced and they know a lot of things just because we have the database for them to look at. Cool. Escrow and task management. Currently, we're using Asana to handle all of our stuff. I mean, other agents are using Trello and Monday and ClickUp, whatever you have. You just need a checklist for everything. We currently use Asana. We're moving to Monday.com. I believe we have like a 60 or 70 point checklist for our listings. And you can't see it clearly. And then not only do we have the checklist, it says who does it. Does Karina do it? Does my partner agent do it? Do I do it? And then over time, I remember I was working with a company called Closio a couple of years ago, where we broke down this checklist. And if we had like 80 things to do on the listing, my partner had to do like 19 of them, and I had to do like 8 of them. And then the other 60 something things in managing a listing, an assistant can do it. So think about that too. I remember I just heard it again, and just to reconfirm my thoughts, Chris Shewell on the call with the Mark Z team, and Troy said, on average, when you're working with a buyer, you're spending about a little over 20 hours with a buyer. And then when you're working on the listing, you're spending about 5-6 hours if you do it really well on the listing. I honestly spend less time on that on the listing. So you gotta imagine, like, that's a huge ROI on your team, but you need to be organized and have every single thing sorted out of who does what. This is and then for onboarding, now we have Asana for listings, we have it for buyers, we also use it for onboarding. And this has worked pretty well, and it's still good, but we're moving to Monday because we want these assignments to kick off and send an email, daily email reminding the agents, hey, you need to do this, you need to do this, because it's really annoying when new agents come on and then they want to rent offer, but they don't even have zip forms. We use zip forms in California. They don't even have their form set up with the DRE number and that. So like, you know, we hit a bottleneck. So as we're building out this business, we're always constantly looking at bottlenecks and see how we can get ahead of some of these things before it ever happens or needed. High note presentation. This is a really powerful tool. I'll type in the chat too. This is our default listing presentation. When I meet with a seller, the only thing that changes in the default listing presentation is really just a CMA and a couple of spreadsheets about the property. The rest of it is generic. We are a UpNest partner, which they send us leads. It's a discount site, but the seller leads are usually ready to do something that week. We send in an automatic proposal. The automatic proposal is literally this link I just dropped in the chat. And then high note, one second, maybe I can just walk you guys through a really quick one. And I'm aware of the time. I think we'll be getting time today. All right, so this is high note. There's a waiting list, but if you guys message me at workplace or wherever you guys can reach me at, I can probably get you bypassed from here. So this is high note. It's a digital version of your listing presentation. So what do we include in our high note? We have a property website. We have a listing presentation, reviews. So it just gives out, and then here's another site we use too. We use a website called Pillar. You guys can go to usepillar.com and you can create an entire property website for any listing within 7 minutes. And this is pretty cool themes. We stick to 2 or 3 we really like, but this was all built out with this report, all in less than 10 minutes. And it looks great. There's a lead capture thing on the bottom. So again, the website for this is called Use Pillar. Okay. We send our clients to our listing presentation, and one thing I learned too, like we used to include PDF, but that's really annoying because if you change something on it, then you have to re-upload the file. So now we just link everything in Canva. We use Canva at a pretty high level. This is a glimpse of our listing presentation. You guys can see it yourself. High note, it sends to our reveals. So I'm a HomeLight Elite partner with HomeLight and Zillow and such. So we have reviews going to that. Brochure, we honestly haven't, we literally have not even printed any brochure. We've done some statements or flyers recently, but because of COVID, we didn't create brochures yet. The CMA, the spreadsheet one pager, because sometimes you're talking different personality types. Some people are more analytical. You definitely want to keep a spreadsheet in there. And then some people are, I don't know, visual, so they need to see pictures. There's a copy from HomeLight many years ago. Here's an article, a blog about how to read the listing agreement. So not only like you're saying listing agreement, you're teaching your client how to read the listing agreement. And here's a video to HomeLight. I think this is mostly California too. And we put in a sample listing agreement. And the sample listing agreement, okay, this is very outdated. It literally has my last company on it. But in here, we send them how to read the agreement, and then we send them their listing agreement, but it's blank. It doesn't have the commission structure on it. It just has their name. And then testimonial for reviews. So this is the listing presentation we send to all of our clients through UpNest. But if someone's asking you, hey, you know, want to sell my house, you can immediately just send them your Bitly link and then have that going. And then, hey, take a look at this and let's talk later about, you know, your home specifically. So that's high note in a nutshell. Like literally one of the best products we use. Many of the local companies like Sotheby's and Intero has adopted it. I mean, it'd be cool if my company could adopt it too. I haven't brought that to their attention, but I know it's amazing. Here's more like a breakdown of the listing presentation that I just showed you guys. Mixmax. I won't show a video, but our team uses Mixmax, which is like $9 a month. It's an email plugin. You can do calendar scheduling in there. You can do polls. Lots of cool things. And then one of my favorite things is the visual URL. So every time we meet with a seller or meet with a client or finish talking to someone or after you show a home, we encourage our agents to send a video email, especially if you haven't met someone yet. It builds a lot of rapport. Because an email just says, hey, you know, just checking in. They can just move on from that. But you're saying a video that makes you really want to click it. It's kind of like BombBomb, but BombBomb, I believe personally, it's good from one to many. Mixmax is really great for one-on-one. It's fully integrated. You press a button, you record it, you're done. Brendan asked, you have a different high note. Yeah, every agent on my team has their own high note account. We're an enterprise team. I mean, at this size, we're an enterprise team, so we have discount pricing for like tools we use like high note or Real Scout. Email Mixmax just has really beautiful email templates. Actually, I do want to show you guys this. So this is a deal that closed already, so it's okay to show you. Sorry, I'm loading Mixmax. I'll load it in a bit. County, you can kind of just read that real quick while I load my Canva up. So in County, people book me. I literally show what different appointments on my calendar each day. I have 2 different URLs. People need me really quick. I send them the call, fast AF Zoom. It books a 15 minutes on my appointment. And then I've done some cool stuff on County where I block out the 15 minutes before and after, so I don't, you know, run late into an appointment and get stuck and can't get to the next appointment or run late into that. So I have buffers built into County, and then I take weekends off where people literally cannot get hold of me at all. Well, at least through County, they can't book me. So I'm gonna walk you through. This is Mixmax template. So we popped in really a lot of these fancy. We popped in a lot of these fancy email templates, and then through Mixmax, this is what it looks like. You see the red parts here? These are the only things that change in each email. Everything else is the same template. You should time. Here's some insurance policy people. Here's your close escrow date. Here's your timeline. And credits to Julie on my team. She has, you guys can follow her numbers agent. She created these email templates for our team. But how cool is this versus, you know, you're probably sending a quick little couple sentences, which is nice, but this really makes you stand out for your clients, and it's very techy. Canva, we use Canva at pretty high level. I use Canva for this presentation. We use Canva for team meetings. We do market reports, listening presentation, buyer presentation, sign writers, all that stuff. Everything in the company runs on Canva. And more recently, we hired a freelancer to help us create new templates for everything we have. You guys want them, happy to share with you. And then one thing we encourage to our company is like good design. So we're Fast Real Estate, they're Team Fast EXP, but we don't require agents to rock anything except EXP legally. So we let our agents brand themselves, and this is why we have been able to adopt a lot of people. I'll drop the link a little bit, Tasha. We make really beautiful offer cover sheets on Canva. Main networks. This is probably one of the things I'm most excited about. Earlier, someone mentioned Teachable or Trainio, like a training library. So we most recently have recorded over 100 videos about everything, anything. And then these are some things here we haven't recorded yet, but I'm thinking of making. So Mighty Course, Mighty Network is a platform. It's very like influencer stuff, very social media. Teachable and Trainio work really well too, but this is something we think can help our company grow. Because these are videos we have recorded already, like kind of hard to read, but getting new escrow, how to do a CMA, how to set up Real Scout, how to read the counter form, how to fill a listing agreement, how to prep for the presentation, what is home light training program, what's a bridge loan, like what is a TSC. So
hello, I'm calling for property at
we now
2926.
record a video for it. So now Slack was good, but it's getting kind of messy. So now we have the entire library on Mighty Networks. And we're launching that next week. And what Mighty Networks do, we very recently developed. Okay, that's not cool. We more recently developed a mentorship program. So our experienced agents are getting 10% of new agents' first deals. New agents are a company of 50-50 split, 10% go to the mentor. But now the mentor, like a lot of what they do is really just redirecting traffic. Oh, you need that, you should talk to Karina, it's really specific. Oh, you want to know about page 5 of this or how to fill out a lease back. Well, we have a video on Mighty Networks for that. So as we're building out this library, we can onboard more agents, but they're not gonna feel lost because we're building out more assets. And then I think once we get this program running, other agents in my marketplace will realize, oh my gosh, like I can be a mentor and I can lower my production a little bit, and I've shown agents that help me out, and then I can mentor new agents from the beach on vacation and make money off that. So we're trying to build out things to now attract even more experienced agents to our company by using the tech assets. Squads is something we built out in their second month of Zillow Flex. On the Zillow Flex program, we originally started with six teams or squads of 5, and each month we onboarded one more additional agent. Because Zillow Flex sends us more leads every month. We've been matching the growth of the company. Currently, as it stands this week, we're actually Thursday, we're going to be adding our 9th agent onto each of the 7 teams. We do a bonus. Whoever wins each contest each quarter, the team leaders will win cash prize. And the squads create massive accountability. They have their own coaching. They have their own tracking every single Thursday. And agents, if they want to be, we're all independent contractors, but if they want leads to be turned on Zillow Flex team, they actually have to attend the meeting, or let us know ahead of time they're not attending meetings. They have to attend our 9:30 overall general team Flex meeting, and then they have to attend their squads meetings too. But it's an insane amount of productivity. We're doing about 100 deals a month now, just within sold and pending within each of the from the squad. And the squad right now is only like 60 agents in the company, and we have 150 agents. So this, between the coaching and Karina and the squads and the mentor and the Mighty Networks and all the other stuff I've shown you, we've been able to get new agents really, really productive because they have a process for everything. Social media and branding, we're big on social media. We go by Team Fast. This is what the team rocks. And we encourage agents to kind of build their own brands too. Okay, not here, but build their own brands and logos and designs. Here's some of their social media assets too. Like a lot of the stuff kind of like has our flavor in it, but they create their own looks and brand. Our big announcements. And here's some examples of our team's brand again. Like Fast Real Estate, Team Fast, we consider a placeholder for agents as they're joining our team, but we really encourage them to grow their own brand. Just like we're at EXP more like a platform. Fast Real Estate is my brand, or Team Fast is my brand, but now I still have my brand, Fast Agent, within the company, and our agents have their own brands within our team and company within the company. So many of like the signs and stuff, the for sale sign, like Anna just has her logo on it. Julie just has her logo on it. There's nowhere on her brand says Fast Real Estate. So we're really proud of that. Like I think that's why agents are open to kind of joining our company. This isn't really fancy. Referrals are a really big part of business. I just use a simple spreadsheet to track everything. Like a lot of you guys are here because I think I dropped on Facebook, you know, I'm teaching this class or I have something to give of value. So like a lot of my business, my personal business that I touch is mostly like probably 90% referrals because I'm always constantly giving and sharing things. Give an example, like even though I'm not attending an event, like Andy Nazarov in Fresno is a Tom Ferry coach. He was at Tom Ferry's private retreat for team leaders. He sent me a bunch of notes and I posted on social media who wants these notes. So I'm doing that all the time. And this is why I'm able to create a really big business personally based on referrals. And we're also bringing a lot of agents. If you guys want to check out Linktree, it has like a lot of these assets that I just mentioned. Type this into the chat. That's my presentation.
Fantastic. Thank you for sharing.
Well, I have like 5 minutes. I'm open doing any Q&A you guys might have about anything. All right, there's a lot of stuff going on. So the webcam and EXP World, wait, sorry. The webcam at EXP World can never get to work correctly, so I had to hack this into Zoom. So I'm kind of doing my best to read the side thing. Commission splits. Our company, we have like, oh, one thing I didn't join. If you go to jointeamfast.com, you can see our breakdown. Actually, that's actually a big thing I want to show you guys. Commission splits. New agents coming into the company are required to be on the 50-50 split for the first 3 transactions. After the first, and then they're assigned a mentor that gets 10% of that. So on an agent's first deal, they keep 50%. I keep 40%, and then the mentor gets 10%. But not only that, my leadership team, my director of operations, transparently, and my sales director, they only get compensated on our growth. My director of sales and coaching, he gets half of the first check that comes in of whatever I receive. So it could be a big check or a small check, but on average, it's probably like he'll take home $2,000. So this year, we're probably recruiting over 150 agents. So you can imagine he'll make about $300,000 being the director of sales and coaching. Our director of operations just handles like all kinds of stuff. He gets half of the 5th deal. And then my executive director, Karina, she gets half of the 10th deal, the 20th, 30th, 40th. So I don't have a lot of overhead unless we actually close deals. So this is a company that I built is really built for growth. And then everyone gets compensated really well. I would say my leadership team is probably the most, they're not overpaid, but I feel like they're probably the most well-paid managers in the entire marketplace. But it's also because we're growing at this rate. We're probably adding 200, close to 200, if not more, agents to our team this year. Because of that, everyone gets a piece of the pie. Let's see what questions came in. Yeah, commission. Yeah, correct, Brendan. The agents come in, my leadership team gets compensated on 1st, 5th, and 10th deal. My main assistant also has a salary, 6-figure salary. She's been with me for 4 years now. We do have a couple other key roles on the team. Not techie, but we have 2 virtual assistants from the VA help. One of the best, I've worked with many virtual assistants, but these are very well qualified people. The VAHub.com. And then we have 2 ISA team, not like a full team, but we have 2 people who's working with me in the Philippines for 3 years now. They just call into our lead pond. And then when they convert a lead into a conversation, my ISA will send me a calendar invite and separate email with all the notes from it. And the calendar invite goes to me. And then I will CC my ISA back and say, great, Steven or Laura or John will call this client tomorrow at 5:30. So like, my ISA team routes things to me, and I route it back to the my team. So we don't have like a full-blown inbound ISA thing yet because we're mostly outbound. Mixmax, BombBomb is good for like BombBomb is like a MailChimp with video stuff in it. Mixmax is boom. You click it, you can open the email right then and there and send the video out. So it's used a lot differently. The ISAs, they get they're $5 an hour, and then every appointment they set for my team, I give them an extra $10. Sometimes they call for 8 hours a day just for one appointment, but again, this is kind of, and then something where I'm going to get my ISAs to do too is I want them to listen into all of our Zillow Flex incoming calls. We're building out a jot form to track was an appointment asked in the first 30 seconds. Did they ask my location? Like there's like 7 things on checklist. I want my ISA team to listen to those calls, fill out the forms, and that way it'll save my squad leaders and director of sales and coaching time to listen to those calls, because that's what they're doing right now, to bring the good ones and the bad ones to their team meetings. The Slack right now is mostly for my team, agents I really like in my marketplace, but it's not really a thing I post publicly to other EXP agents just because this is my thing. And it's also, you can see it's a huge attraction thing for. But if you guys really want to use it and you're not in my market, or you're in my market, whatever, just send me a message wherever you found me. I'm happy to send you a Slack. Slack is $6 a month for a user, and one of my favorite things about Slack is right now I pay like $1,500. That's why I've determined I have 250 active people. I've sent it into my entire EXP organization, and I send it to strangers. And the cool part about Slack is if someone stops using it for 2 weeks, and I make shut off billing. So I have no problem just adding a bunch of people into our Slack channels, because if they stop using it, I don't pay anything later. We're currently using Chime CRM. Oh, sorry, oh yeah, I didn't go over it. So I'll show you the spreadsheet, because this is actually a really big part of our team and something I use daily. I just forgot to bring it up. JoinTeamFast.com is a, what am I doing right now? Okay, hold up. Okay, so JoinTeamFast.com is a high note presentation. It has everything someone would want to know about our team. We have an article about how we pick this company. Our weekly team meetings are in here. The coaching calls are in here. Our flex report. The flex report is a spreadsheet of what leads we're supposed to get next month. Our office locations are in here. Like I'm signing a 9,000 square feet office this week in Oakland. We have 2,200 square feet in Hercules Hayward. We have a 3,000 square feet office in Brentwood. Here's the main thing. And then after the first 3 deals, if agents want to stick onto the program, we have a sliding scale structure. So most of my top agents have capped out already on the split on one side. My listings, I do all my listings 75-25 is my listing, and the partnering agent, if it's their listing 60-40. Really, if people want to stick around and work with me, so I'm running this entire company, but I still have my own sales team. I call it my SWAT team. I work with maybe about 12 agents on my SWAT team within this large company, because deals are still coming in. That needs to be updated. All our team meetings are, and then my virtual assistants will do these weekly updates. All the team meetings are in here. All the coaching calls, as I mentioned way earlier, are in here. And our virtual assistants upload this on behalf of Elias and myself. Here's our leads and flow. And here's a spreadsheet roster of our team members. You can see that we're very transparent. And then as deals come in, the referrals, like, okay, who do I have in San Ramon that speaks Mandarin or something? So like I'll go on this to check our roster to see when the lead comes in, who should I send it to? We're big on Instagram. Literally, like almost every agent in my company is on Instagram. And then, we adopt a lot of agents. Like we brought on, I think 40 new agents in the last 3 months. So we've been kind of like for EXP people, we've been kind of like a destination for local agents that are not on the team or a little bit lost. So this year we brought on close to 90 agents to our team, and these are people who brought into the company. And then we have this spreadsheet that shows the differences between what it looks like to be on our team on the 50-50 model, or if you're an independent agent in my company at 75-25 model, and this is what you get. Really the difference is like my personal SOI and referral leads. And then people just join solo, what did they get just at EXP? Our office locations are right here, linked to everything. Tech tool, obviously we use a lot of tech tools, but I pay for a lot of tech tools for my team. I believe my overhead for every agent in the office is probably like $80 on tech tools, and then if they're assigned to the office, is maybe like $400 or $500. But my thoughts are, if we can bring an agent in to do 1 deal a year, we'll be fine, and I'll break even, and we'll have hopefully 300 agents by the end of the year. So it's big operation, but it wasn't like that last year. We literally, if you look at this quick chart, last August, early August, we had only 36 agents on team. Last June, we had 20. and then it just started growing, and then now this has just been pretty crazy this year. We're onboarding 20 agents a month onto our team. But you see, like everything I've shown you today is almost a plug and play model. It's not specific to EXP Realty. All the tools I mentioned today, you can copy and you can get, and the slides are in there. You can just, and if you need help with anything, happy to help. I know my time's up. Let me see until they kick me off the stage. Brendan asked how the mentors get compensated. Mentors get 10% on the first deal. Everything's done through escrow. Where did I get all this information? Okay, let me. Charity asked the indie team. Yeah, the indie team. They work towards the indie team works towards on game. Everyone wants Zillow Flex is converts at a very high level, so the indie team can work towards that. But when they join the company, they can immediately sign for Opcity and Ojo. One thing I did not mention on this call yet, we partner with a local media company called Envision. They make really cool videos. You want to check them out? It's spelled. I'll type it in the box. Envision Media. They're local to East Bay, but they're kind of expanding in other markets. I think they may be looking at SoCal and other places. A lot of it, the magic is in editing. So I gotta give a quick plug to Envision Media. We like on average, like a really fancy video for a listing or just sold or whatever. A video is typically anywhere from $600 to $700. What we're seeing with most of the local companies. So we have a partnership with Envision Media where we're guaranteeing we're booking. We've been on average booking about 12 videos a month from them, and we subsidize the pricing. So the cost for the agent if they decide to use a video is $300, so they're getting half price. So as we don't want our agents completely dependent on online leads. We want them to build their own business and their own brand. So the social media, the video is really a big part of that. You guys find Will Kang, WK Bay Home on Instagram has really cool videos, and he's been leveraging Envision very well to create business for himself. So we help with branding and marketing. Cool. Yeah, Marianne, we'll talk soon. Yeah, Marianne, hit me up on Workplace or text or not. The way we split we keep it very simple for the splits. Whatever the company takes, we take after. We don't have better splits or worse splits depending on the lead source. It's just, bookkeeping is very confusing. So within our company, if I go back to the spreadsheet, you can see that in our company, we currently have roughly 68 agents on a 50-50 model. Probably like 10, 15 of them have already ranked up to 75. And in the other part of my company, about probably like 80 agents, they're in a 75-25 model. We are not the most competitive splits, but I think we literally provide more value, more tools, more training, more everything than any other company. So the cool part about we're building this, we can bring on more experienced agents, but they don't have to promote EXP Realty. I'm sorry, the Team Fast. They don't have to promote Fast Real Estate. They do legally have to promote EXP Realty, but we really want them to focus on building their brand and then just following DRA guidelines. And that's why I think we took the best parts. We kept the best parts of this virtual model, the fees and such, and we're layering a very traditional brokerage powered by a lot of technology into that. And now we have the best of both worlds. And now we're opening up many retail locations. And then my thoughts are for this company, as we're opening a retail location, not only will I be able to grow my team in there, but also grow my my EXP organization that has nothing to do with my team. But then maybe they can get some better pricing on some of the tools and stuff. But like we're building something pretty normal, but we're just because like as a broker, if you guys are a broker, and I don't deal with contracts, I don't deal with stuff. If someone on my team does something completely stupid or illegal, I'm not in the contract. So like because of this model, like it's really safe for me to grow all this because I don't have any liability. And that's one of the I think beauties of this company is we can do what we want, and then when you layer all this stuff, it gets easier and easier. And now we've been building this plug and play model. I'm working on Los Altos. I think we're good on the questions. Any final questions before I wrap this up? Go ahead. I mean, you guys have any more questions? Want any more insight on any of the specific tools? You're welcome to hit me up, and I'll give you a link. If you guys want to come to coaching, I don't care what company you are, or what state, or what world. You're welcome to come to our stuff, kind of learn, and everything's recorded too. So let me work on getting. I find later. Cool. Well, I mean, thank you guys for attending today. Yeah, look forward. Julio. Thanks, Kelly. I'll see you guys soon.